why on earth would someone spend at least 160,000 euros for a Renault? Well, maybe because this is here the craziest Renault that has ever been built. This is here the R5 Turbo 3E. How crazy is it? And yeah, I can already tell you, half of these are already sold, so you have to hurry. But why have people already reserved this one here? We'll tell you all about it with Thomas and Autogefuehl in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go. There is, you know, the base R5, the Renault 5, the recent electric vehicle by Renault, and this one is already iconic. Now they're setting something on top, limited to 1,980 pieces, because in 1980 the first Renault 5 Turbo came out, of course at that point with the combustion engine, and this is then the third generation. That's why it says 3E, third generation, and now it's also electric with 555 horsepower. This will be a crazy vehicle. We'll soon go to all the figures and so on, but you can already see in the front here with this super aggressive rally racing design, daytime running light here, main headlamp unit then is split in the top part, and it couldn't be more aggressive indeed. And yeah, this is here like the first concept stage, but it will be a really built car. They will build it for the customers. And as I said, 1,980 pieces, and half of them are already sold by the time of the shooting. So you gotta hurry if you want to have one. I can already activate here the indicators here, by the way, with my special device, right or left. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky when Leah wants to check out one indicator and then I switch to the other one. Sorry about that. There we go again. Yeah. So pretty cool with this 3 split indicators there, and you can already see this like a, you know, will be like a somewhat mimicking also combustion engine design here with air outtakes and so on. We'll see later if it will be really functional or not. And you can already see at the side profile it begins to be even more dramatic here. 20-inch wheels here on that vehicle, also lovely details here, for example, remove before track. And they look somewhat aerodynamic, you know, in a way. But of course, aerodynamics is not the main thing for this vehicle, at least not as for efficiency. It's more aerodynamics to create more downforce. The length here is 4 meters and 8 or 161 inches. That's a little bit longer than the standard R5. It's also flatter and of course wider. You obviously have seen it already in the front. It is not the same platform because this one is really different. It's a full carbon fiber chassis, and it also has rear-wheel drive, whereas the normal R5 or also the R4 has front-wheel drive. This one here, rear-wheel drive, and 2 electric motors, and these are hub motors. So the motor is directly in the wheel. Actually, we do have a nice showcase here we can switch to. So there you can see how the motor sits in the wheel. And this has a specific reason. And you might say, wait a minute, this is unsprung mass. And as for racing thoughts and so on, this is usually a bad thing. So you rather want to have it that it's, you know, like above the suspension. However, this one has the advantage that you save space. You directly have the motor in the wheel, and then you don't need anything else there. So we'll see how it drives when we have the chance to. But the advantage is also that this can be a technology carrier. And for example, for future vehicles where you maybe have these hub wheels in the front, then you have a massive front, which is like all the way to the bottom. So this is rather a technology where normal vehicles can profit from, you know. So this is here really serving 2 reasons. First of all, really for car enthusiasts who wants to have like a great performance small vehicle with incredible driving performance. And of course you need the money for that, because 160,000 euros is the entry price. So they start with 155 for the first few orders, then to 160, and this is the base price because you can individualize the car. You can have any color you want on the exterior, like this, but you can also say you want Thomas Blue exterior, you know, or you know, Leah can come with her handbag and say, I want this color of my handbag on the vehicle. That would be possible. And also on the interior, I'll soon give you a sneak peek of the interior. You can also pick anything in colors you want. There's the indicator and rear. So the lights are basically taken over from the R5, more or less. Other than that, it's completely standalone. And as I said, also the platform is standalone. And with these 2 electric motors, 1 per wheel, you get 3.5 seconds, under 3.5 seconds in the acceleration. Top speed is at 270 kilometers an hour or 167 miles per hour. So these are great performance figures. And I mean, considering the size of the vehicle, it will be super agile, gives you this true rally racing feeling. And although it is electric, it's only at 1,450 kilograms of weight. And this is really low in the weight, considering this has a 70 kilowatt hour battery, which is super large for this small car. Of course, way smaller in the normal R5. This is of course needed like if you want to go to the racetrack and so on. And we'll soon also give you like simulated racetrack experience. This will also be pretty funny. And they also test new technology as for charging. This has an 800 volt charging architecture. That means about 15 minutes, 15 to 80% state of charge. So again, this double use case. First of all, like this enthusiast, unique vehicle they are really going to sell. And then again, as a technology carrier, looking to the future to see what can be tested here, what can be used here, and then implemented in normal day-to-day electric vehicles at Renault. The first deliveries will probably happen like end 2026, early 2027 for the ones that have ordered earliest. And then if you order, for example, now by the shooting of the video, it will come later, and they want to build this vehicle over a period of time of about 3 years because they really build it like hand-built one by one by one by one. Yeah, extremely spectacular. But as I said, it does make sense for them, first of all, to have this halo car, and people obviously love it. As I said, from this 1,980 pieces, half of them are already sold. And if you watch this video later, probably even a couple more. And then, of course, again, this technology carrier idea, testing out things, how do they work, and also, you know, doing something which then comes into the series production vehicles later on. Yeah, so I mean, I really love it from design. I was also growing up with rally racing, Colin McRae and so on. So yeah, God bless him. I was really devastating when he died. But always, of course, when I see some rally cars, thinking of Colin McRae drifting the hell out of his Subarus. Yeah, so I really love the design, and rally racing is something really, really special. And just to mention, this will be street legal. That's the thing. It's not only like used for racing and so on. It's a street legal vehicle. And I mean, yes, it's more performance, but considering we have this way larger battery, it will of course also have a higher range than the normal R5, at least when you like gently push it. You see also how flat it is, you know, like because I appear like a giant basically next to it. That's also pretty funny. Here at the moment, everything is dark here. We cannot open the doors. We cannot open the trunk because this is more like an exterior model here so far. We'll keep you updated with that, but we can already show you actually a lot about the interior with this simulator here, because this is one-to-one the steering wheel that this vehicle will receive. And you see here, it's covered all the way in microfiber. You know, Renault is not using animal materials anymore at all. Cool thing. 12 o'clock marking. And yeah, it really feels pretty cool. This simulator also has real feedback, by the way. Then here the real buttons for the cruise control, for example. Then special is here, this button. They will be able to change the recuperation modes, then the driving modes on the right side. And this will be here an overboost button. You maybe know it from the Alpine or something like that. And then for about like 10 seconds or something, or under 10 seconds, you would have like an extra overboost. And here in the simulator, we can also see normal instrument entertainment like we know in the R5. This is also somewhat how it will look like. This is in the pit of the Vallelunga racetrack. We will also soon take a spin for that. I've driven myself on the Vallelunga racetrack, I think with the Audi R8 and Audi R3 I've been driving there, and also I think some Mercedes as well. We have to scroll through our videos. And here also the seat will also come like this. So a bucket race seat. And then we also have here microfiber pads as the insert. And there again, the possible individualization. You could have any color you desire, you can imagine. And it would even be possible, just even you pay for it, that you have a different color for each seating pad. That would be possible. And how will it work? They will not have like an official configurator of this vehicle or something, but they will actually call you like a personal assistant and say like, how do you want to have your car? Which color do you want? Would you want to send me an RAL or RGB code? Then we make this color for you. How do you want your interior to have, and so on? Then the individualization will take place, and then the assistant also will tell you like, this is your final price. You know, that's very interesting. By the way, about the 800 volt charging, 15 to 80% in about 15 minutes is like a 350 kilowatt peak. It's also looking, because at the moment they don't have something like that in their series production vehicles, but they will have. And I see on Leah's face that when is he finally getting into that simulator, and now it's the time. And yeah, the funny thing is really that, you know, on the one hand it's a simulator, yes, but on the other hand it already shows you a lot of the final car. Maybe also something about the handling. Yeah, that's actually, I mean, bucket seats are not always comfortable, but the seat pads are actually pretty cool. It, you know, encloses you pretty much, so it's really holding you tight. It's
How
not.
about the headroom?
It's yeah, the headroom here with 1 meters 6'2". Actually, yeah, the seat is not too uncomfortable. So I think it would work, and it's really sporty, of course. And the steering wheel feels really nice with the microfiber and so on. I think it's pretty large for the size of the car. Maybe could be a little bit smaller or something like that. That would be something. Yeah, and I think, oh yeah, I have to watch the speed, of course, when I exit the pit lane. And this simulator here has real feedback. So I can feel something of that. I have the steering feedback, and also the seat is moving a little bit. And here it shows me like the ideal line on the Vallelunga racetrack. And yeah, as I said, this goes 270 kilometers an hour, 167 miles per hour maximum. Yeah, which is kind of unusual for this small electric vehicle. And you can already see in like how it accelerates. This is supposed to be yeah, quite realistic. And yeah, here also good feedback here from the steering wheel. Open it up a little bit, and yeah, this is a lot of fun. It's a pretty good simulator actually. They're also taking the high score here, so I have to watch that I do it very well. Now full throttle, there you can see the acceleration, 200 kilometers an hour, there we go. And now I have to be really hard on the brakes. You see also, woo, I actually feel like like an ABS working in the brakes. This will receive ESP, like electronic stability program, because it's also street legal, but you'll also be able to turn that off, of course. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, like from the first driving experience here, feels really cool, very sporty, and yeah, you feel that it's like this small agile car, pretty cool here on the racing. And to me, it's a very special thing because I've driven this racer with a couple of real cars, and it's actually quite accurate. That's a pretty cool thing. And now you maybe wonder like, wait a minute, it has rear-wheel drive, 2 electric motors at the rear. So when I like finish with being serious here, when you have so much power at the rear wheels and you can turn off the ESC, what can you do? Like when you see here, this is easily done. Whew. Because so much power at the rear wheels. Oh, that wasn't good on the racetrack. But yeah, I just want to showcase you that you can really spin the car around. There will be a drift mode available, and you just hit the throttle once and then you can spin the car around. And this is kind of realistic that you can do it also on the dry racetrack. And there's another possibility. Yes, this is it, a real handbrake. And then you can also do like fun things like this, you know, and spin it around with the handbrake, for example, you know. And if you want to turn it around once again, just turn the steering wheel around and you're straight again. See, and you'll be able to do. I have to get used to like using both feet here, of course, in the simulator. And you'll be able to do that with the real car. And yeah, I hope we can show you like a real driving impression of the car very soon. But you'll be able to play around with that pretty much, both with the 2 electric motors and of course with the handbrake. This will be a lot of fun, definitely. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to your feedback here. What do you think here about the 3E Turbo? Yeah, definitely incredible car. But I'm really questioning myself and also asking you, would you actually spend at least 160,000 euros for that? I mean, you can get like, you know, anything else for that. However, this will be one of the most unique and rare cars on the market you can actually buy from the OEM, definitely. And now comes my favorite part of the day. Leah in the simulator here. Is it the first time you do that?
Yes.
First time in that racing simulator here. And
I'm a grandpa
oh,
driver.
she's a granny or grandpa, granny driver. 50 in the corners. So yeah, I mean, at least she's careful. So you know, people like me, we just hit the throttle and see how it goes. And yeah, there we go. Oh, nice keeping the line always. I think we need more speed, right? A little bit more speed. Yeah, there we go. Now she's accelerating it all the way out. Hard on the brakes. Ah, a little bit inside of the corner. Ah, yeah, you still got it. You still got it. That's cool. So Leah is our new rally racing driver, or here in this case on the normal dry race track. But you seem to be enjoying this.
Yeah, it's cool. We need that at home.
Yeah, maybe we need something of that at home. Yeah, yeah. Anyone knows how much this is?
Crash.
Oh, did you crash?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But then I have this button here.
Yeah, reset button in here, where the usually recuperation will be in the car, and that's it. That's not possible in real life, so always think about that. Tell me, what do you think about the R5 Turbo 3E? If you have the money, would you buy this one instead of a Ferrari? Tell me in the comments. And now also check out the normal R5 review or the recent R4.